Hello, welcome everyone back to Crucible. My name is Biscuit, and to my left, not so to my left, we're only PNGs, but my other co-caster will be GGST today.
Good evening to everybody. Welcome to this crew battle, Team Anji versus Team Millia. It's very exciting. I feel like both crews feel very strongly about this matchup, and yeah, so that's bound to be exciting.
We have two teams of five. Sets are gonna be first to two. It's gonna work as a life. So the people that you see, if they lose once, they're not completely done with. You can see them right here. We can go over the rosters for a tiny little bit. We have Parrystotle, Choi, Sisters, OoeyGooey, and Astral for Team Anji. And as you can see to the sides, we have two lives for both for every player. Should they lose two times, they're gonna be disqualified. They cannot play anymore. And if a player gets two set wins in a row, they must go to the back of the line. What do we mean by that? They're not gonna be able to play until a little bit later down the line. Whoever goes up is gonna stay on until they lose or they take two lives from the opposite team.
Yes, and this is going to be starting us off. Choi on Team Anji and Vanswarm on Team Millia. The first pairing for tonight.
There's lots of experience. There's varying degrees of experience here. There's some people that have been playing Anji since day one, some people that are a little bit newer to the character, but regardless, all of them are pretty experienced one way or the other. And here we go again, back in neutral. Just Anji, if you're gonna notice something, is that Anji prefers to have control of like the ground neutral game, whereas Millia, of course, very jumpy character. Gotta be hard to get your hands on her, especially when she gets that throw. It's a mix, cross up, double cross up, and it's back to neutral again. 6B kind of counter hit right there.
Yeah, this disparity between grounded game and air game is, one of the reasons why these characters rarely ever see eye to eye. Looks like, the Capel conversions are paying off a little bit better, though, as Vanswarm is able to, break the wall, get a little bit of positive bonus. The overheads from Choi are paying off as well. Probably going to get a YRC out of Millia.
I love that they're doing that to try and represent a little bit of an option, and a very no super to close it
that
out.
might have been a misinput.
It has to be, right? Like just kind of coin flipping the round, not the best thing ever. You do have burst. Maybe we have to invest it. It's gonna be a dash. No dash after that. They dropping combos. F spaghetti's all over the floor.
Nice,
spaghetti all over the floor.
Punish. Choi, a little bit of hesitation there after dropping the super. Almost kind of like fumbled the bag a little bit, but managed to whiff punish with the Fujin, and now swings momentum back in their favor with two throws in a row, Street Fighter 6 style, and then a tap dust, going to get a burst out of Vanswarm.
Anime games with throw loops. Looks like we're gonna have that with Millia. Other side, empty jump low, another knockdown. What's the mix? Same side, Capel, and that is a tool that you're gonna see a lot today. Capel all over the place. A beautiful normal. Oh my god, that's just the bad moon. Instant overhead. Keep using the RC to keep it safe. And look at that. They don't decide to stick instantly. They keep the corner, and that okay, you can't parry it, right? Because it's gonna whiff if you're Anji. So one game apiece. Burst on the table soon for Choi.
Yeah, very swingy second game there, second round there. A counter hit 5P from Choi ended up being not a dedicated, but a still very functional anti-air. However, this Capel is going to be one of the best air to buttons in business. Going to convert into wall break for Vanswarm.
Oh, absolutely. It combos, it gives you a block string that is really hard to react to, like what is going to happen right after. It breaks the wall, it gives you another jump, it does your taxes, it's the everything move. Capel, again, a tool we're going to see all the time, although Choi, on the back foot, great 6 speed, just running in, that 6 speed damage. You have to be careful about the wake up super, but the Bass move, when it can also chip out, since it's a special move and it hits multiple times. Great job by Vanswarm. I like what they were doing there.
Yes, and that is finally going to be game one in this first to two. So reminder for the audience, this is going to be first to twos, and each player has 2 lives, which means they can lose 2 sets of first to twos. So Choi not out of 1 life yet, but if they do lose this next game, then yeah, that does mean the first life for the Anji crew is going to be extinguished.
Yeah, but if I have to say anything, is that it doesn't look particularly like leveled one way against the other. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Vanswarm getting the first round, but it wasn't particularly easy. Good throw. There's no mix. Just running in there. And look at that, baiting the throw. Using Capella instantly jumping. Gonna get the super. For a little bit of extra Oki, what is the mix? What are we gonna predict here? Just an overhead on the same side. And that talent is just so tricky. What a bad moon!
Yeah, and that Artemis hit was unexpected, even from Vanswarm. It was just a form of continuing block pressure, but Choi ended up taking the hit. This ended up snowballing into Choi losing this round. This is going to be set point for Vanswarm, unless Choi gets locks in. They're getting started, but these two K2Ds from Millia are ever lethal.
I love that Choi commits there to just like they read the bad moon, which has been represented a lot by Vans. So what is the mix here? Same side, Capel, and we're gonna get knocked down. There's gonna be another disc on the floor, and I'm happy that I'm on the commentator's booth instead of in the field because Choi struggling so much to block this mix. BRC, Jazz to try and keep him grounded, but yeah, any trade was gonna do it there. Very bad situation for Choi. Kind of checkmate. I'm not gonna lie. But regardless, Vanswarm taking the first life of Team Anji. Again, a reminder, Choi is not completely eliminated. They will, if I'm not mistaken, get off of the lobby for a tiny little bit. And we're going to have to see Vanswarm stay and see who they're going to fight next. They get some time to watch and cheer their team on. But Parrystotle, again, let's see what they can bring into the table, right? Just a couple of hits in, immediately gets the knockdown. I like that, just confirming the jabs. And I think a lot of things you're gonna do is stop like cheeky pressure, right, from Millia, who's able to kind of reset you a lot. And what a PRC, just carrying that momentum. The overhead gets blocked, but using the burst very offensively here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that JH is going to counter hit. Vanswarm not believing in it. The delayed overhead now from Parrystotle. Good sequence, was able to slowly walk Vanswarm all the way to the corner, but just like that they're able to side switch out 2K2D, and now Millia Vortex begins.
Yeah, we're back into the Vortex. It's gonna be the mix of the day, none of it, because we're gonna have to break wall. Kind of no option there to keep the corner, but so much meter using that bar, because Millia does not get that much of a 6 speed, maybe just a simple knockdown, but this one gives you corner carry, it gives you a knockdown, and we're back into another wall break, just chaining them together. But the game is far from over. Parrystotle on Anji, a lot more damage than Millia, and punishing that low. Very good reactions from Vanswarm, getting another game.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay,
yeah, immediately for a draw.
Millia's funhouse of horrors begins. Lots of high-lows. Parrystotle defending everything except for that bad moon. Just small. What a 6-speed.
Yeah, big knockdown right there. Just finding any gap in a Millia, and just another bad moon. It's you can't even react to it. It's basically unreactable. You gotta see it coming.
Yeah, it's an instant overhead. You kind of
it's an instant overhead. It hits multiple times. If they have RC, it's unlucky, right? Like there's nothing you can do about it. Burst is on the table here for Parrystotle, who probably gonna have to invest it here, and it's just burst safe. That's so bad.
Yeah, not quite enough to. Ouch. Yeah, that trade unfortunately not gonna be in Parrystotle's favor. Yeah, no, it was just awkward situations where you have to burst a Millia, very good burst baiter, even though, Vanswarm, didn't have quite the real estate to just confirm off of the burst bait that time, but it was enough to get like a far slash and just keep the pressure on. Eventually, one of those trades is going to happen. So yeah, 1-0 for Vanswarm. Parrystotle still in the fight though.
Just like we were saying, a very tough character to kind of be able to get your hands on in the first place, and then when she gets her hands on you, it's kind of impossible to burst. Like you kind of have to give her a lot of chances, and you have to be very well burst in the matchup. But again, that's what it's all about. You're using that 2H beautifully. If you were tuned in for Crucible the other day, we learned that is a +5 or +8. I think it's +5. But very good move. Like the second you get hit with it, there's lots of nicks that can come after. And the parry, yes, that's you so can't do that on Wake Up.
That's so unfortunate. And you can't ever do that on Wake Up. On the 2K. This is going to be good. Capel, what a throw.
Beautiful. Beautiful from the side of Parry. So very unlucky parry. parry super that they were going for, but at the end of the day, it does not matter, right? It's gonna be a round that goes in the favor of Parrystotle, but that's something that you have to keep in mind. Parry is just not an option into this, unless there's like a very specific mix-up that Millia goes for, she gets unlucky. The bad moon without RC, it does open you up, it knocks you down, but I think it's not good for Millia, and good throw whiffs. Very tricky setup that they were going for.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, just not spaced well enough. I will say though, I've been liking the anti-air, you know, from Parrystotle here. This entire time I've been wondering, you know, maybe that is something that Anji players can explore. However, this is again going to be a Vanswarm round. Winger to close out the round, and again, set point for Team Millia.
And a reminder that Vanswarm, if they win again, they're gonna be forced to not be on the plate anymore. We can give some chances to some other players. Parrystotle though, looking solid. I like what they're doing. Good parries. Yeah, there's gonna be a counter hit. CS, you gotta make it. No, it's not gonna hurt at all. Super's gonna whiff. It's gonna go wide, and a punish for Vanswarm is gonna lead into another mix-up. Other side, overhead. What's the mix again? Same side, empty jump low. Another mix. It's just the vortex. Can we get out?
This is the, you know, awkward situation. Capel is going to hit here. Yeah, unfortunate situations here. 6P is going to be good. It's a start, you know, of something. But this PRC into Capel, the burst is going to be passing.
I saw that burst is gonna get baited, but look at that great use of the 2H, right? Just infinite plus frames.
It's not quite enough. What a fake out! I love it.
That's so tricky. Yeah, that is so tricky. If you're a strike player,
FPRC 2K.
It sucks because if you're like a strife player, not even a strife, just a Guilty Gear player, you're used to seeing the glow from dust, and in other games you're forced to charge it no matter what. But in this one, you don't, like, the tab version is really hard to react to, so you see it, and then the monkey rain is like, oh, it's an overhead, and then instant punish for Parrystotle. I love what they did there. Good offense, showing hey, Anji can mix too. It's not only it's not only a Millia thing.
Absolutely. However, these Capels are going to be punishing these 6P attempts. Oh my god, that move is, you know, one of the best airborne moves in this whole game. So hard to, you know, counterplay it. This is going to be Artemis to break the wall. Not going to spend on Winger yet. But that's fine, because now you get, this BRC after the wall break.
Yeah, very good pressure here inside of Vanswarm. And again, a lot of these rounds are kind of gonna go in the way of, like, I don't want to say feast or famine, but it sometimes feels like that, right? It's kind of like, hey, Millia's gonna vortex. Can she just keep it going? Like, how long is this mix gonna last? The burst is on the table. Can't burst any of this. It's all safe, by the way. Thank you, Strive development team. 50% meter. We're not gonna blue RC forward, which I think it's pretty good. Yeah, keeping that meter for the instant overhead. And now, if you're Parrystotle, you kind of have to make it, like, work. Now, good parry.
Oh my god, it's a good spin, but Capel, again, Millia just has the time to just react, jump, and Capel, and there's, you know, limited resources for the Anji player to react to that.
Instantly, I like what they're doing here. Just kind of focusing on stabilizing, and just like you're saying, if OoeyGooey is this absolute tactical weapon, CloverDragon, not to put them down, but it is a big hill to climb. Look at this, immediately putting their foot on the gas, putting in some pressure, getting them off the air, and instantly, what's the mix? Other side, cross of nothing really, and the Talon. Yes, Talon is really good for these situations where, like, some other characters will have to commit to, like, a backdash and giving up offense. You're still using the foul, getting, like, your blocks done, and you can still dash in after.
What an amazing air tour. Yeah, Ooey doing an amazing job at blocking Millia, making sure, you know, she doesn't, you know, get away with the Capels. The throw whiff is going to mean a counter hit. Very, very painful here. This is just going to be the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Anji's jab. Definitely great. At just also Oh, it's a jab, so it does a lot of stagger pressure, and it has a lot of range. It's gonna be a tool that you see a lot throughout this matchup. Overhead is gonna reset back into the corner. What's the mix? It's gonna be low. You can punish that. In this version of the game, back in my day, that used to be safe. Others like Cross-Up and OoeyGooey, they might have won at that Frosty, but that doesn't mean that you're immune to getting mixed.
Okay, yeah, no, this is gonna be a good conversion. Super to break the wall, hard knocked out. This is, you know, pretty much, yeah, pretty safely a CloverDragon round. Not even worth spending bursts. You take it to the next one. Now they both have the same resource, and this again, these air-to-airs being OoeyGooey's, you know, weapon of choice to dealing with Millia being on the ground. And you see a response from CloverDragon too, because now they are in turn staying more grounded. Because they don't want to be, you know, scooped out of the air like that.
Yeah, and I like the reset here as well from the side of OoeyGooey, knowing that, hey, I got my hands on the Millia player, I need to keep them here for as long as I can. YRC for the first time in the set going in, and I love the offensive burst as well here. Again, you have to keep the Millia player grounded and blocking, because the second that they're able to get their game started, they're in the infinite vortex, and OoeyGooey is doing a beautiful job at kind of enforcing their own game. Even if they're investing every resource on it, Millia, not the greatest on defense. So you're able to kind of just keep it going. Like the matchup, just like we were saying earlier, it feels a little bit too like, if Millia's on defense, it's kind of impossible. If you're on defense against Millia, it's kind of impossible regardless. Good job from both. Close game, even if at the end OoeyGooey was definitely ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think it was a great sort of call and response here, air to airing Millia. Then, you know, that forces CloverDragon to stay more grounded, like you see now, being a lot more deliberate with, you know, when you're using Capel, because you kind of need to, you know, bait out these anti-air spin from Anji and bait out the jumps, you know, fishing for air-to-air attempts. Millia
corner carry. We just were at both corners, by the way. We were at left, we went to right, and then in 2 combos we swapped entirely places and came back. Millia kickback can make you pay a lot. RC, I don't think it's gonna kill, but actually no, it might.
No, he's dead. Yeah. So, and the interesting thing here is CloverDragon playing a lot more reactively. You know, going to take the time to sort of like distance themselves from Anji here, trying to, you know, fish for again these jumps that OoeyGooey has been, you know, representing for air-to-air attempts, because Millia has the dash speed and the far slash fast enough to, you know, run up and catch Anji on the landing recovery when they're vulnerable. This is what they've been trying to do, but occasionally they take to the skies, and this previous round, OoeyGooey was just ready. Again, you counter hit air-to-air, giving a lot of payoff.
Absolutely. Anything that trades in that, like against Anji, it's almost always gonna reset Millia back into the ground, and that's just where you don't want to relook at that, investing the meter in the same vein of what we're saying, right? Trying to keep your own offense going, because the second that she gets out, it's gonna be hard to get your hands on her again. These overheads putting in so much work, and what a burst bait! Beautiful from the side of OoeyGooey.
Yes, that's gonna be 2-0 for OoeyGooey. First live taken from Team Millia. And now Team Millia needs to send somebody else.
Seems like we're already here.
Oh man,
this game.
They already did send somebody else. We don't even know who this is. I'll get the info on that very, very soon. But yeah, as of right now, this unknown OD Millia player rises up to. Oh, okay.
Oh, Walter. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Seem to be quite experienced if we paid attention to the little like levels on the character. They've been playing Millia for a long time. Knockdown here. It's gonna hit, forcing out the burst, and I think it's more of an offensive burst. Millia combos do good damage. I'm not saying they don't, but sometimes it's better just to keep her in, right? She doesn't do enough to threaten you in one combo like someone like Gold Lewis, right? So at the end of the day, good investment from OoeyGooey.
Yeah, and again, you know, you had mentioned, you know, trading being in favor for Anji. That's a lot of what happened at the end of that, like, you know, previous round. Just lots of trades. Millia with, you know, low health, low guts rating. But Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, yeah,
Excellent
the
throw.
bird giving them so much mix that it kind of locks you in place. You're able to jump back, but of course, if someone has experience with OoeyGooey is going to be able to catch you doing the jump. It's got a wall stick. That was like as far as that combo could have gone. Positive bonus, and if you're Walter, you really need to get something started. Yeah, like this. Good. You're good at these little like scrappy situations where you need to just get something out. Otherwise, you might not see it as much. Wall broken, first side of Walter, but going back to neutral might not be the best idea into Anji. Beautiful slowdown here from the BRC going in for the throw, reacting. A little bit tough, but it seems like this Capel might give them the edge that they need.
Oh, excellent 2S. OoeyGooey going to choose to burst here, you know, risky, but I get it because you're almost, you know, taking the game, unfortunately. Couple 2Ks and 5Ks from Alter are going to be enough to close out the round.
Yeah,
Now
a little bit away.
No burst from OoeyGooey though.
Oh my god, spinning that close range, risking getting grabbed, but OoeyGooey very committed to jump. That's the first time we've seen it. This set, I'm pretty sure it does. Trying to catch them, but the bird is gonna keep you plus, and that is just a tool that you cannot underestimate. The spin is gonna be clean. Look at that, getting them off the ground. What's the mix here? Overhead low, it doesn't matter. Jump into a throw. This guy's all over the place.
Pretty much.
Yes, it is, and with the risk also cranked up as high as it can be, doesn't even need the super. And just so much pressure from OoeyGooey. The spins, in particular, I love the way that they're using their parry. Even if it's like a lot of Anji's do it to approach, they're just doing it in front of Walter, like just right in front of their face, saying that they're not scared at all of getting grabbed.
Yeah, and look, maybe you were right. Maybe OoeyGooey is the tactical weapon being deployed here. Very good. Just very solid. You know, gameplay into Millia again. Yeah, denying these Capels, forcing trades like these where it was technically Millia hitting like the counter hit, but they lost the same amount of life. And now Anji 2S is what's going to be clipping the landing recovery on the Millia side. Walter in the corner going to try to fight the way out, but now, yeah, again, you're scooped right out of the air.
Beautiful right there. Look at that, the parry again, right in front of their face, catching all of those buttons to stop the pressure from that Walter is doing. It's costing them a lot. Like even if they're doing the fish follow-up, which doesn't lead into anything big after, it's just a knockdown into more mix, into a 6P right there, for example, sending into the corner. This won't break the wall, but you kind of don't want it to. +5 overhead, reset back to neutral, and what is the mix? Overhead again, RC to try and keep it safe. What's the mix? Low, and that's when you can get out if you're Walter. But look at how much life they lost already. One throw away. Is this for game? I think.
Basically, Walter going to try to keep their distance here. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Nice XP. Not gonna let Anji get away with just spinning that anti-air raw, but. Oh my goodness! What that 2P is so amazing, and then that run-up throw. That's gonna beat the set.
Reminder: neck to neck, both for Team Anji and Team Millia. Let's see who gets the edge in the set.
Yeah, neck to neck, as all good horse races are. What a throw! This is going to be the left-right setup. Astral getting hit. Okay, good burst. A little bit of an offensive burst. Gonna try to cage this Millia, but little by little they fight the way out of the corner.
Bursting the jab, by the way, which is very ballsy. Astral, solid defense right there. So many overheads, but gets clipped in the end. What is going to be the mix? Same side, empty, nothing. Good blocks, but in a little bit of a scramble, gets hit. Resetting back to neutral. Probably what you want if you're Astral, but Jikh has a lot of bar here. BRC is an option, but won't be spent here, and the spin doesn't matter. Look at that. New mechanic, can't sleep on it because any counter hit that has a slowdown can turn into a decent combo with some good corner carry.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was perhaps the choice to deny Astral a little bit of burst, but it doesn't matter. This super might just be enough to finish this round. Yeah.
I think to notice there is something we haven't seen a lot of in this in the crew battle just yet. Is that Anji is able to whiff a lot of his like normals and or like specials to lead into a situation where it could just be a throw right after. He's not minus. If anything, he's plus on you still. after the knockdown. So good tech right here from Astral. Catching Jikh off guard. There's gonna be a knockdown. What's the mix? CS just keeping it simple, overhead, resets back, and yeah, I do not disagree with the burst at all. Giving you not only neutral again, but so much bar.
And so many left rights. I definitely got hit, and so did Astral. Going to, you know, jab on the PRC slowdown as the disc wasn't active just yet.
I do not blame you if you got hit on that. I was getting hit. There's a reason I'm casting. Thank God. Lots of blocks from Astral. They're very good, very solid on defense. The overhead goes wide. The dust gets sadly wire seat, but that's all of Jikh's bar. No many other options there than deflect shield, and there will be no more bursting on the table. Astral only has access to wire C, and great block on the disc, trying to be like a get off of me option. The RC to try and keep them in. That's all the bar that you have. I think we just need to throw eventually, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. It was rough because deflect shield from Jikh was very well placed. Forced Astral to, you know, spend their last remaining bar just getting back in instead of converting another representing another high-low conversion. Eventually they you know, just lose it out in neutral. So this is gonna be, you know, the first game for Jikh in the set. Masterful use of, frankly, burst mechanics, right? Because first it was counter blitz, and then later in the round, because again you didn't have as much, you know, burst gauge to actually properly burst, so you just deflect shield instead, forcing Astral to, you know, spend that last bit of pinch and just to, you know, stay pressuring, and then eventually that pressure, you know, cracked a little bit.
Yeah, and I think we gotta talk about in particular, just like you were saying, right? It's the way that these players are using burst. Millia, of course, able to use it offensively, just like Team Anji has been doing so a lot. But Team Anji doesn't. But you kind of need to keep your HP, right? Anji hits pretty hard. Regardless, you don't have to worry too much about Millia. She's a character that has to hit you a lot, so you get burst a lot quicker than some other characters. And honestly, just keeping her on the ground seems better than not having to deal with the damage, right? Like Anji, a character with very decent guts rating, lots of HP. What's good? The mix gonna be here. Other side, and Astral is just blocking everything perfectly.
Yeah, but then, you know, the wire C gets baited. This is not quite the round, but it was damn close, and most other characters than Anji would have, you know, just perished immediately. This XP is going to be good enough though. Yeah, it's rough. That said though, you know, great counter hit 6P. Astral going to start, you know, representing this corner pressure. Not gonna go for the super. Maybe, you know, they didn't, you know, believe it was gonna kill, but what an amazing shimmy.
And that's a corner pressure that we were talking about, right? Able to whiff your own stuff to give you either an easy throw because you're always gonna be in range, and you're still threatening the follow-up after, right? Either overhead, low, and a close flash, which leads into another pressure situation. Very scary, and just a raw 6P lets it rock. We're in the corner. I think you have to spend burst here, trying to use that RC to bait, and the bait is good still. We do not need the RC for that.
I had no idea Anji could just burst bait off of 2H. That's crazy. Oh,
yo, the more I'm watching Anji gameplay and casting it, the more I'm convinced 2H might be a top 10 move in the game. Like, actually, it's so good. It gives you so much.
Yeah, no, it's certainly, you know, an excellent button. That said, though, this is gonna be 1-1. Both players, you know, still in the running here. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just 2H. It's a crazy button. I don't know what to tell you.
It whiffs and it leads into a throw. It hits you and you're +5. If it counter hits, it's probably like one of his best starters because it's a heavy starter and it juggles using that disc to try and get us in. But yeah, 2H doing a lot there. Spins, trying to fish for something. FD is gonna create a lot of space, and honestly, yeah, that's a little bit awkward for Anji. What's the mix? Same side overhead, and again, Astral. I'm not surprised. He's blocking perfectly.
Okay, nice. Unfortunately, you know, went for a second 2D or 2K there instead of the 2D. Not gonna convert. Eventually, Jikh loses, the momentum in Astral's favor, but is going to burst here to just. Oh my god! No
that's
shot.
Strife moment, perhaps. That was hitting, right? Like I'm not crazy. That was just hitting, and very unlucky. It seems like Scissors and Spunky are gonna be well, not Spunky. That's still Jikh. Unfortunate situation, really. Not a lot we can do about it. Astral, though. We'll have to wait, but I was very impressed by their defense. I think I cannot talk about that enough. Blocking Millia, like when you're looking at it, it doesn't look easy.
In a first to two setting?
Yes, no, you have to like adapt. Every Millia player, I don't want to say they all have the most unique mix-ups in the world, because of course a lot of them you're gonna have.
No, but like they do play like they do have like preferences. They do have like their go-tos and stuff, and it's like well okay. That like creates whole like a whole like gambit of situations where it's like you may block this Millia player just well, but on the other hand, maybe you get burst baited by somebody.
Very frustrating situation where it was already kind of going through. It wasn't even like a buffered RC for the combo, just a raw read from their side. Sadly, Team Anji does go down a life. We won't be able to stall on that. Tournament has to keep moving, and Jikh, unfazed by what just happened, but regardless, doing really good against Scissors. Gets a knockdown here, the jab, confirming into the command normal, and again, 2H. If you're a Millia player in this turn, you have to like be on the lookout for that instantly. And look at that, the same pressure that Astral was doing.
Amazing Fujin with into throw. 2K2D though, big opportunities for Jikh here. Again, the 2K2Ds ever hitting. This is this is good damage. All things considered.
But still, they were able to land so many hits, and look at the HP bar. Like it's still in favor of Scissors. Very, very tough thing for Millia players. Beautiful neutral right there, using the RC to confirm. And the burst! Side swap is the place where you don't want to be. You only have deflect shield, it punishes, you have another stick of butter, and they don't even need the Fujin to go for the low. Like, they just go for the raw low.
Yeah, and even though DS was an option, Jikh prefers to, keep it on the table for this round 3. Very back and forth game, however, Scissors has no burst, is going to eat the full brunt of whatever Jikh decides to do to them at this point in time.
Yes, it's so scary, right? Just having no defensive measures other than your own defense is very scary. That is not an overhead, but it's still going to leave them flush. Stagger, look at that, using far slash, try and fight their way out of the corner, but the person's going to put you right back in there. What's... Okay, first invested, a counter hit, but Jikh doesn't get a knockdown off of that.
Yeah, there's a couple situations here where it seemed like Jikh was going for TK Bad Moon, ended up doing like a super jump JP, which happens because this is for the honor of the player base of your characters. This is the highest of stakes. Yeah, so that's normal. However, this Capel or JH is going to be enough on the cross up to get Jikh one game up against Scissors.
Yeah, very tough actually. Like, just Jikh not having any resources going into that round hurts you so much, because you need something at least to threaten the Millia player to try and chill out on offense. But whenever you see there's nothing, like, and you're Jikh, you're like, hey, like why am I not going in, right? I'm just instantly going in, I'm keeping my pressure going, and there's nothing to stop me. Anji has a couple of defensive pressures in neutral, of defensive measures in neutral, but nothing really on defense, right? You don't have a DP, your spin doesn't really work like that. The IV is gonna be good here, but Capel is gonna put them back into the corner, into a side swap. What's the mix? Same side overhead, doesn't block the second overhead though, and the burst, yeah, you have to invest it. Giving positive bonus to Millia is gonna just hurt too much.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Finally gonna force a burst here from Jikh. Good. Yeah, okay. Just good, solid, hold forward pressure is gonna be able to walk Scissors into the wall and right through it. Scissors does have, 2 sticks of butter here, but is it enough to keep this Millia caged?
Maybe Anji, not that damage at all, and the YRC is out. There's no more like DP or like overdrive wake up option, and for the sort of Team Millia, Team Jikh though. Maybe we can get something here, trying to chip them out. Lush Shaker, it's not gonna happen. Fish, we've seen this before with Astral. What's gonna be the follow up? Low, you can punish that, but Jikh chooses not to.
Oh my god, the Ko is going to scoop Millia out of the sky and then Capel on the JD.
I feel like they were getting a little greedy with the butterfly. I feel like you can't do that.
Yeah, yes, that as well. Yes, I agree.
You need to like kind of keep your pressure going in a real way. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I do also think that Scissors air to airs are a little bit more committal than OoeyGooey's were, and this is kind of paving the way for Jikh to, again, inch ever closer to a 2-0 here. Going to force a burst from Scissors.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh wow, that was so active. Probably because of PRC.
Extremely active. Look at the throw though. Again, it feels like Jikh has been winning neutral so often, but the HP bar just does not agree. Like, it's in favor of Scissors, who's, again, with a very good lead here. Oh, tap dust. Yeah, this is gonna be the round. Right? Never. What are we doing?
Oh my god.
What are we doing?
Places? This is interesting.
They didn't want to take the easy win right there. TK Moon is gonna give them corner, and yeah, I think that they definitely thought they were gonna get enough bar, and they were like a pixel away. Doesn't work. Scissors though. We gotta confirm our rounds.
You would never do car on block without the knowledge that you were just gonna get the meter to RC it.
Oh my god!
Like you said, it was a pixel off, and this corner pressure here from Scissors finally gonna be enough. Going to be good on the super.
Choosing to keep the corner. Yeah, I like that they did that. That they were, again, just very, very... You have the option of going back to neutral, and I'm not going back to neutral. Our offense has to be clean. Our offense has to be able to hold this person hostage in the corner. And good round here from the side of Scissors, who gave me a little bit of a heart attack. I'm not gonna lie. Terrifying that you coin flipped around on some weird mix-ups. Perhaps an input error. You can never be too sure, regardless. Not looking bad. I like what they're doing here, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, nice forward slash counter hit. Going to be able to set up the knockdown for the disc, but nothing as the throw gets dead.
Like the throw, look at that. IVs and Scissors doing a great job on defense here, not getting opened up. That's the first step to try and not get Vortex and Millia to that 6-speed. Resets him back to the ground, and I love that they just commit on the overhead. It's so hard to see it, especially when the camera is moving like that. Strive has a couple of interactions with it. And the FD, okay, notice how the FD pushed them back so far that even though they Jikh RC'd, the slide doesn't lead to anything after.
Oh, good anti-air counter hit. And I want to say, it was a little unfortunate. Jikh tried to do a very swingy burst to throw Scissors back into the corner, but there was a very, very, barely noticeable side switch there. That said, this is going to be a throw.
Game.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy that they were able to block all of that, and what takes them down is a jab. Like, it was just a jab.
A jab and into 2K. Jab counter hit into 2K. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking for somewhere to win, right?
That's one of the things that get you, right? Like, sometimes you're so in the zone when it comes to blocking the more high committal stuff and the more tricky stuff that you get nickel and dimed by jabs. It happens, very, very often at high level Strive.
Yeah, we've seen that in so many. Oh my god, the bad moon whiffs. It could have been a big punish, but I think Jikh is choosing to keep their burst. They're kind of giving up on the round. Not really giving up per se, but still you're choosing not to invest it. If you win it, you win it. But yeah, just chip is becoming a factor. You have no bar. Bad moon is not even gonna lead into a combo with your throw. Yeah, this is looking like we're gonna go the entire distance. But guys, maybe? Are we seeing it?
I mean, yeah, this is gonna be another burst. Oh, the pro slash whiff is unfortunate, but
no, I don't mind it at all. I mean, that's a valiant effort, and if anything, if you're Jikh right there, you're not looking to win the round. Well, you want to, but you're kind of just waiting to see if the burst is gonna happen. If the burst comes out, won't have another one, but they will have access to deflect shield later in the round. Far Slash goes wide, and Capel hit from where? Can we talk about that?
That's so crazy. Anyways, here's Winger Wall Break. It's gonna be hard knockdown. Decreased positive bonus meter gain, but still, still good enough that. Well, it's, yeah.
Guess for game.
No, guess for game once again. Not enough burst to save you. This is gonna be 2-1 for Jikh.
Yeah, pretty good from Jikh. And especially you have to fight like two very good Anjis, very defensive Anjis, who were able to block a lot of your mix-ups in a row. Astral, what happened there? Very unlucky, but Scissors giving us a sneak peek of what's to come. So very important that at least we go in with a couple of lives down on the enemy team. Duel 1, we're starting. Hopefully no hiccups.
That's right. Okay, we're getting back into it. Finally, apologies for the delays, but it's unpredictable. You know, internet issues every now and then. We got a total of 5 players on both teams, on top of us 2 on cons, and then everybody else in production. So if anybody on any one of those ends has any problems, then that's what happens. You kind of just need to deal with it. And yeah,
it's true. Very. Yeah, I missed. Am I missing something here? Is there a?
You're having issues again. Okay, we're back.
Oh,
we're back.
Never mind. We're back. I'm sorry, chat. There's lots of things happening. I would like to say none of them are fault. We're starting to think that Team Millia are the ones setting the situation up. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, that said though, we come back to Vanswarm down 1 round against OoeyGooey. And still fighting though. This is going to be a conversion wall splat wall break with Artemis the Talon. Good damage, for given the reality of the Millia damage versus Anji defense modifier situation. That was still impressive damage from Millia. That said though, not a lot going on in terms of the life department for Vanswarm, and then the throw is just gonna be enough.
Yeah, Vanswarm, we gotta remember, if I'm not, the first Millia to come up, and they were able to do quite a lot in the during that first couple of rounds, going undefeated, much like OoeyGooey. But now you're face to face with probably the strongest player we've seen on the side of Team Anji. I think we're gonna have some slight changes here. We're almost back. I am in fact trying to get into the room so we can stabilize the stream a little bit. These players might be just going at it though. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it looks like a real game to me. We're gonna have to try and just cast to this. I don't think we were able to reach them with our message. OoeyGooey though, good overhead right there. I like what they were doing. Just backdashing, trying to give some space, and coming in on a very unexpected overhead jab check, giving them the knockdown. There's no more defense here. You all have to hold all of this. No IRC, no burst, no deflect shield, and you just have to go into an Anji with double RC.
And again, these trades benefiting Anji, but finally a couple 2S's and 2Ks from Vanswarm going to start the snowball, but the burst from OoeyGooey, and then again the throw. OoeyGooey is so good at checking these turbo fall setups with throw and saying, hey, you're not gonna get free turbo falls. If you wanna fall down and mix me, you're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, you have to deal with so many defensive options, right? And you also just have to check. Oh my God, OoeyGooey blocking a very tricky setup right there, moving left and right. Gonna be what's the mix? Left side, other side, going all over the screen. But you're back to neutral, and you're facing Anji with very good guts rating, and the 6P hits. I think you just have to wake up with super here. I don't think you mind losing the HP bursting as well. Probably not a bad one from Vanswarm. 6P is gonna be enough. OoeyGooey, not worth the burst. Pretty good.
Nah, not worth it. Definitely not worth it. OoeyGooey, you know, has the life to spare in the grand scheme of the event, so it's okay if it doesn't pan out. But again, just as a little bit of insurance, you bring this burst meter. Going to spend it at it's sort of an inopportune time because Vanswarm was moving away, but that's okay. This is looking like it's going to be Vanswarm's game. The first life taken off of OoeyGooey, raid boss defeated, but that's fine.
And we're going back into the lobby. I have joined. I'm happy to say I'm able to see this in person. Very exciting. Yes. But yeah, OoeyGooey losing their first life. Very, very tricky situation to deal with. Especially with your best player. A couple of players haven't taken any of their lives. Like Jikh and Vanswarm. Regardless, hopefully we can see them stabilize a little bit more. Team Anji, every player is gonna have to what's it called?
They're gonna have to put in work, or just sweep. Simple as that.
I agree. And look at this, we're back in the lobby. Hopefully, there's gonna be no issues anymore. Look at that knockdown, beautiful, putting in the pressure disc. What's the mix? Bouncing them and keeping the corner, not breaking the wall. Very important again. What's the mix?
Oh, nice XP. Oh, and yeah, I believe there was a scoreboard issue. OoeyGooey still in the set, so this is gonna be 1-0 for Vanswarm. But yeah, amazing 6Bs just to check. The Fujin is gonna be good as well. No low though.
No, look at that, the FD. I like the FD use, making it giving you a lot more time to react to a lot of these setups. Vanswarm, when you land after that little command dash in the air, there's a lot of lag. And it seems like OoeyGooey was not able to check it just yet. A second away for losing their life. I'm just waiting. They were just patiently waiting over there. I don't mind it. Vanswarm would have been able to bait the burst, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh, what an IB, but it wasn't enough. Now you need to, you're gonna try to 6P the Capel, and then what? And then you're blocking Millia again because another Capel comes your way. This is so difficult.
And another!
Oh my goodness.
That's like 4 Capels in a row.
It just keeps going and going. It's so crazy.
Astral's in the last life, and Vanswarm seems kind of like the person to defeat. They haven't lost a life. Two people, both Jikh and Vanswarm, holding on, haven't lost a set just yet. But we're in. Oh my god, the Lucy theme. You don't hear this one often. Regardless, sweep is not going to hit. Astral holding out on defense. And that's, I think we were highlighting earlier. Their defense is some of the best we've seen today.
The legendary anti-air butterfly projectile. See, that's why they were kind of avoiding going for like the tick throws and the strike throw setups, because that fuzzy jumping comes out so quickly. Millia players really do. Oh, that's unfortunate. But the good news is there's no punish.
It's good that there's no punish, but that is something you gotta get used to. I think as long as Millia's in the air, there's no real option for you to parry. You're just kind of gonna take it. Look at stalling in the air with the umbrella. Jump dust. Very good at that.
I really like that. Unfortunately, it was a trade situation that didn't let Astral convert, but the idea is
what a
right out of the air. Nice.
There we go.
OTG Fujin. Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Burst was ready, but I think they weren't quite getting ready to. They weren't quite looking to mash it instantly. Fujin is gonna go wide. The burst to keep them in the corner, very important. I think this is when you need to use 2H. Oh my god, good reaction on the overhead. If you're Astral, I think you just gotta send it, or maybe do like some stagger pressure, but that's pretty fake, right?
Yeah. That's it though. Going back in the corner again. The jump on the throw. We got at some point we got to stop trying to throw this Millia player, man. But Yeah, okay, no, that was a correct decision to YRC on the threat of the TK bad move. Unfortunately, now you need to block 1 trillion high lows.
I mean, it's just
This is going to be
having to use all of your resources on defense means that whenever they were able to get out, like whenever Astral was not blocking, they kind of didn't have anything like in their own tank to try and make pressure happen, right? You have to commit to these like raw overheads which can be punished, or you have to go for some like gimmicky pressure. I don't blame them. Very tough to try and deal with Millia without resources. And doing it raw is not always the best option. A reminder: this game is very important. Astral will be eliminated from the tournament should they fail to defeat Vanswarm here. And wow, just the gold burst, really?
yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good conversion of the meaty fan toss.
So much damage, especially for Millia, and they also keep the corner. Yeah, very unlucky situation, trying to go for some FD, but Vanswarm is gonna land on the other side. And the parry! That was like the one situation where you can parry and they just read it perfectly with a throw. This won't be the end of the game, but very close to it. Oh, never mind!
No, this finish? Yeah, the wall break bonus damage is going to be enough, even though Anji has a godzillion guts.
Wow, I mean, it's just crazy that killed to me. Burst is on the table, and we might have to invest it here. Astral holding strong, and not, but you're in the vortex again. Vanswarm doesn't read it. Good situation if you're Astral. Gonna get a combo here into a knockdown, and you need to make something happen now.
Oh, I don't
That almost
know
looked like a burst read.
No, I don't think it was a burst read. I think it was just resetting early to keep the corner. Yeah, and it works out because now you get to cash out, on super to close out the round. I think it was absolutely the correct decision. I think it was by design.
6 P's of Capel, wonderful. That was look, creating space with a flawless defense makes it really hard to be put in another situation where you have to guess on the air. Fujin canceling it early. You can punish that, but the FD won't make it happen. Jab to catch them mashing after the PRC, and I like that they backdash here to try and create more space. Using FD is really important, but it eats through your meter like crazy. What a grab!
Oh my goodness, this is going to hurt so bad.
Astral!
Let's go,
Crazy
Astral.
round from Astral. Yeah, no, their defense was so clean. A big adaptation, a big change there, I think, has to do with the way they were using FD to create space, so that they're not able to keep mixing you. But still, it's 1-1. Astral hanging on to dear life on this one.
That's right. That said, though, very good signs of light. Really put the hurting on Vanswarm here. Just again, clean, grounded, just solid gameplay. Hold forward, walk the Millia to the corner, reset so that she doesn't get the wall broken and sent back to neutral. Oh,
and another thing, Astral has been finding these 6 Ps very consistently. But yeah, just like you were saying, the burst, they look like they're gonna get baited every time, but they just don't.
It's unfortunate though, because to me, the most heartbreaking bursts are the ones where by chance they kind of toss you into the corner with a side switch, which is exactly what happened to Astral. That said though, they go down 1 round, so this is gonna be set point for Vanswarm, and this.
But Astral not playing like it at all. They're still going at it full steam. One round away from being eliminated. Baiting the burst. I like that for Vanswarm. Astral has been bursting in a lot of really unpredictable places though, and they're still holding on to it. It matters too much. If you get baited, that might be the end. No Oki for Vanswarm. I don't think they were ready to do their super there. Blue RC, big slowdown, and that is gonna give you enough hit stun to keep the round going. So much meter for Vanswarm though. Oh my god, it hits.
It's not gonna be enough, but still, it breaks my heart. And yeah, just like that with the 2S, Astral is gonna be out eliminated our first eliminated player. Unfortunately, the one that got hoed by power outages. Unfortunate, but still a very good showing. Loved seeing Astral play at one of the crucibles we did comms for. And I believe CloverDragon took it. We'll see if Choi took this as an opportunity to, you know, kind of like shore up, get a lot of prep time for this matchup, both for the character and the player. Looks like it's already paying off. Yeah, solid stagger pressure.
Yeah, great staggers right there. I like what they were doing. A little bit tricky, especially when you're taking so much damage already. They invest the burst, a little bit of a hero burst if you ask me, but this could mix. Never mind. Dust is gonna go wide, but so much meter as well on the side of Team Anji here.
Cheeky parry. I loved the FD to make the tap dust from Millia whiff. I think it was such a smart decision. Right, small commitment of resource to just kind of like make it so that you really have to be on point and do like the real stuff as the Millia player.
Yeah, burst out for both players. A little bit, a sad situation. Yeah, enough meter to try and cancel it. You have to eat this mix-up, and we're just eating it perfect. It sends them into the corner. Oh my god, Jikh throw.
Funny.
Guess for game. Oh.
2 close flashes in a row. What a YRC. That I've never seen that before. You see something new every day with this game.
I mean, I don't think you can expect that reasonably ever, right? There's no way. There's no way. And look at this damage. Wow, Millia damage, by the way.
You could frame by frame this and see if Choi like kind of half expected it and micro walked out of the corner, but I don't think you would do that in the heat of the moment.
Sad little situation though. That round was so dominant.
Answering right back with a perfect.
Yeah, no burst still on the table for them, and Choi does have it ready. Try and bait it, but it's not gonna happen. Oh, the stagger, and that is going to combo, giving you corner. Sorry, giving you back to neutral and positive bonus in particular. Just far slash, just let it rock. TK Bad Moon. You have to burst at some time, and it does go well.
Yeah, okay. This might be it. No, barely. Oh, it was. I think it was JD. Maybe Capo would have done it. It was by a pixel. Whatever.
I mean, but what a tall hill to climb.
Yes, I was gonna say Choi has tall order. Not gonna be able to fulfill it right away, but still has one game left before they are eliminated. And yeah, we'll see. Again, we'll see if maybe more of that like stagger pressure and strike throw, like all of that good stuff on the offensive side was paying off really well. It's just you know, blocking Millia is weird and risky and hard.
It's risky. It needs a lot of resources. You just need to always be on the lookout, and on top of that, you also have to go back to looking for gaps where blocking is not enough, because it will just be forever until you're able to get a button of your own in there. And finding that gap is easier said than done. What's the make same side overhead? It's just so much flying right back at you.
Yeah, the chicken blocking from Choi was good, but eventually dropped the guard, probably to try to air dash out, got hit by some Millia normals, and now is going to pay with the round. I was gonna say it was dubious, but that wall splat confirmed it. This is gonna be a perfect for CloverDragon and a set point.
So optimal, by the way. Like, what a combo outside of CloverDragon, doing a full from around the world, corner to corner. A couple of staggers here with the kicks, but you're back in the corner. You're gonna get knocked down here. Never mind. Decides to take the wall break. They could have definitely let the combo drop, but I think the positive bonus will help you get your burst back as well, should you need it. That being said though, Choi on defense, burst, some bar, but I think they just haven't been able to get into neutral at all.
Oh, air to air with the JK, and that is going to lead into a full conversion.
Yeah, let's see what the mix is here. I think we might just have to do Fujin to try and get in close. Honestly, a super might not be bad from CloverDragon. You are able to afford your HP. Oh, there was some sort of reversal there. something that had punished Choi. Good job coming back in that round. So much damage and beautiful 6P. Yes, that's what we need more of. More anti-airs. What's the mix? Go for a Thunder Mine. Close slash is enough.
Okay, 2K2D here is going to be good. Going to hit once again. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Turbo Fall. Ended up landing same side. Choi probably blocks the side switch, which is understandable. But now you need to deal with Millia in the air with positive bonus, a whole bunch of meters.
Where's in the corner? Oh, gets a wire seat. That's a big punish. So much damage here. Surely, you cannot drop this. You cannot drop this. Please, thank you. What a...
what an opportunity. It was
I think if you're in that situation, I feel like you would mostly commit, no, to trying to get your, like, as much as you can, and just being disciplined enough to look out for the YRC and finding it. Wow, a good job, Choi. Again, they're playing for their tournament life here. Well, not tournament, a crew battle life here, and that was a beautiful set. All from a 6P, by the way. Like, that round started with a 6P, and it was so much harder for CloverDragon to get their game started.
Yeah, no, that was an insane game ender. Now we're going 1-1. Choi still has a shot at staying alive. All of a sudden, you know, from when all hope seemed lost, but hey, these JKs are being good enough. They were clearly good enough to win from Millia.
But I like the parry there. Usually you will not be able to do it instantly in these pressure situations. Catching a little bit of a greedy reset, and that's the burst bait. That's really so much damage. Do you break the wall though? Yes, going back to neutral. And you can get your burst back as well. I think that's a very good, very smart from the side of Choi.
Yeah. Look at that burst gauge filling right back up, and now Choi also has tension available for a possible IRC if he so chooses. Not gonna see it though. Blocking again, just on the incoming from Millia. The disc is right there. It's a little scary if you just slam that YRC. Maybe Millia does nothing and watches you do it.
Throw one, throw two. Oh my god, and an overhead. Yes, overhead. I think the throws have been doing so good.
Low? No, it was a delay. It was waiting for something to happen. Maybe stagger the low, but staggered a tad bit too much.
But you could even be upset if you're Choi, because you got so much damage out of that situation. No hero burst? I don't think so. Yeah, just a raw overhead to close it out.
Over the head. This is, again, round 3 for game 3 for the set. It's suddenly got a ton more interesting and exciting than it was looking at first. But oh my god! And these JK counter hit air clears. They do lead to conversions, going to force a burst out of CloverDragon and another one out of Choi as he gets pushed into the corner.
The way that they've been like baiting each other's burst is just great. Like, I love how dedicated they are to it. No resources here for a set of CloverDragon, and look at risk. Gotta keep an eye on that risk because it can be quite bad. Bad move. No RC to keep the Capel. I think that's
this is gonna be it. Yeah, this should be it. The Bat Moon is gonna finish it. It was unfortunate. It was a big read, the cove from Choi, but not like an uninformed read, right?
Still have some familiar faces and some other not so familiar. Parrystotle coming in.
Yeah, Parrystotle versus CloverDragon. They have not played tonight yet, but we'll see what they bring to this particular player versus player match.
Look at that! Look, it's a cross up into another cross up. Decides to break the wall, which I feel like most of these players don't want to do, but it's still, you do get some benefits out of it. The hop, always threatening a grab after that. Not recognizing the YRC though, very hard. The Bath Moon putting you into the corner, guess for a game, and Capel will open you up into the wall break. The fastest round we've seen in a while.
Yeah, that was just blazing fast. Good round for CloverDragon. Capel is going to clip Parrystotle, but again, these JK enters are again a common trait against the Anji team in this like later half of the crew battle. Excellent goal burst here.
Oh.
Going to be throwing out these aerials as a check once again.
We're gonna have to go back into a defensive situation with 0 resource to your name other than like a little bit of bar that you also want to keep for your own mix, right? Anji, his follow-ups on Fujin are not safe, so you need the bar for it.
That was so crazy because DS on paper seemed like a good idea, but Millia was in position to dash right back in. This is going to be a quick one from CloverDragon. 1-0 into Parrystotle.
Yeah, very unlucky. I think they were never quite able to like go to neutral and like have some resources to try and do something with it. It's just so the offense from Millia is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's rough.
Again, reminder: this is gonna be Team Anji, a game away from losing Parrystotle, who has been holding up another 6P. There we go. The tool that we always gotta do, that we always gotta hold on to, is gonna be 6P to try and get her out of the air. Knockdown into maybe the wall break. Yeah, so many resources right off the bat.
Oh, what a 6P! It was the JH was so deep, but the 6P was still spaced well enough that the disjoint was still, you know, good for the anti-air. Parrystotle now on a sliver of life here, going to have to block all of these left rights, but it's not quite there. The Fujin low is good though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, very unlucky. They didn't even get time to breathe. Just like wall break into another wall break. Millia has infinite meter, almost burst again. The spin is gonna parry Capel, but you're not able to punish, so you're into another deep situation. Bad Moon, a knockdown. What's the mix? Same side, ambiguous actually. Capel doing so good. 6P is gonna bail you out of it, but you need to make something happen. Butterfly is gonna give you another knockdown. I just have to chain a lot of these. Text the throw though. CloverDragon is so ready.
Oh, very aggressive burst baiting to sort of expecting it at that point. But Parrystotle held on to it until you know they knew it was absolutely safe.
This is their crew battle round. If they lose this round, they will be eliminated. What a committal parry. They're gonna be able to run in, get some
quite a lot of damage. But now unfortunately, parry from that distance, you don't have good enough Oki to run in on a Millia. CloverDragon had enough time to, you know, just jump right out.
Hopefully, Team Anji can clutch up and give us a little bit of a show.
That's right.
Oh, what is this?
Oh my goodness, it's the Robo-Kai theme. No.
Wow, I never heard this theme.
So. Have you heard Kai's?
Yeah, Holy Orders.
Yeah, it's that, but it's Holy Orders question mark, which is Robo-Kai's theme from that game.
Oh, that's oh my god, triple
Holy Orders, but it's fucked up.
I love that these mix-ups are so aggressive. Just see, even Scissors, even though it's unreactable, they were just kind of predicting another Bad Moon, going for the mix-up, knowing that it's not gonna kill.
Okay. The rare 6K from Millia, the standing overhead that she doesn't even need, therefore, you know, not gonna be using it that much.
No anti-air punish though from Team Millia. Fujin into a jump. You're gonna have to take every little hit you can. Threatening a throw, but going for the low at the end of the day. FD is gonna make it safe, thankfully, for your own side. And what a counter hit! It seemed like we were a second away from losing. Bird, hold the place and a raw overhead. You have enough meter for a cancel.
Second overhead is gonna be good.
Crazy, actually crazy.
Yeah, let's see. Good opening from Scissors here. Going to do quite a lot of damage. I was just confirming. By the way, this kid, it's Hee Ho. Who's on the Team Millia side? Yeah. They gave us no notice of who was joining, so we had to do a little bit of detective work to figure out. But we did figure it out. Hee Ho down one round in this first game versus Scissors, but now sort of taking control. As I say that, they do with the throw. Throw PRC is no longer on the mini. However, Hee Ho is going to burst and has the full stick of butter to spend. See how they use it.
Yeah, and it's just, I think if we've noticed anything is that Hee Ho has been using Bad Moon a lot more aggressively than the other Millias, and just kind of knowing, hey, it's always going to give me a little bit of damage, and what a punish from Scissors. I gotta shout out that last round from Scissors, just down so much HP, having some very committal options, like just going in for a raw overhead with no bar, and slowly working their way back into the round. It's exactly the kind of stuff we want to see, especially in this like massive comeback situation where you have to win so many games in a row. So this is the beginning of the comeback, hopefully, for Team Anji. Hee Ho struggling a little bit against Scissors, but I think they can still do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good point for Scissors. That said, though, we're going right back in as this delightful song starts playing again. I hate this track.
Oh my god, what a reaction on the jump!
Oh my god, the whiff throw setup.
Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot.
Over your head.
And I think it's such a good setup, right? Because it's gonna threaten. It's really hard to see it. I don't think you can quite react to any of the follow-ups. You're gonna have to commit to an option, other than the overhead, because the low is pretty unreactable. And just the Bad Moon again, getting a knockdown. So many resets from Hee Ho though. I feel like they should be picking up combos instead of always going for the reset.
Yeah, a little bit of a little bit of damage left, but now this is Scissors' opportunity to walk Hee Ho to the corner. But again, Millia players, fast as they are to just get away if you give them the tiniest gap, was able to escape, but got hit on landing frames. This is going to be Scissors on set point, I believe.
Yeah, very interesting here. There we go, another reset. Capel, I don't think it's able to combo, perhaps. That's the biggest issue. Look at that, we're going to have to burst out of that little corner situation. You're going to get it back if you are Scissors, but Hee Ho holding the corner, not quite able to open up Scissors yet, though. Very disciplined players.
Okay, counter hit JH is going to be good. Oh, unfortunate that FRC ended up leading nowhere, but the second counter hit is going to be good enough to finish the round. This is a round up for Hee Ho.
I feel like they were not quite ready when they were jumping. Maybe looking for an anti-air. This mix-up though is gonna give them not a wall break, and they swap sides. What?
Yeah, the side switch is good. This is very good. A very good outcome for Hee Ho here on Team Millia. Going to side switch again. It's really hard to burst Millia on these air routes because she has the dashes and the jumps, so she can kind of like mix them up to make it kind of awkward to know when she's going to be burstable for sure. That said, Scissors does get it.
Like the Scissors was doing the anti-air follow-up, instantly RCing to fish for the burst, but Hee Ho with such patience not to burst instantly. Very good. Again, reminder for everyone, Scissors 1 away from being eliminated. Yeah, very unfortunate situation, and leaving it all to OoeyGooey. Hopefully, they can clutch up here.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. That said, though, they've shown they can do it. They won the first game of this set. Did very solid. Just again, solid like two-way setups, strike throw. Just keep Millia in the corner, keep her like overwhelmed.
Ooh, look at that! Just charging through with Fujin. Any trade with that is definitely not gonna be in your favor if you're Hee Ho. You see a couple of kicks dashing in, but the FD creates enough distance to where no follow-up is gonna be good. Gold Burst, I think you might need it. So much damage coming in from Scissors in these combos. It might not be the best idea to use your burst like that.
Still an amazing call out. IADJH on that Artemis attempt. saying, no, you're not going to get to reset your frame advantage for free. You're going to need to fight for it a little bit harder. Oh, the Lush Shaker is right just at the tip of Far Slash.
Scissors is so good at IBFD, like just creating an insane amount of space. And the burst, doing it on a jump cancel is so risky. But it seems like even Hee Ho was caught off guard by that because they're not able to block it. This is gonna give them burst though, and it's gonna make the round a lot harder. It's for sure good to burst here. I think it's not a bad idea. What are we going for? Maybe a throw to try and avoid the burst, but you're gonna get hit by this. What an air throw!
What a scoop! Oh, and the throw, no conversion afterwards. Gold burst on wake up gets blocked. And then Hirikar. Wow.
These air throws are not even like. They're not even like jumping and then doing the throw. It seems like it's almost instant, like just scooping them from so far away.
Now Hee Ho is playing the spacing game very well, sort of adapting to these spins that the spin parries that the Scissors has been doing. There's no time for that. You're gonna get 6 feet, and now you're in the 2K2.
And the gold burst, finding the gap, and I think that's exactly what you need. You don't really want to avoid the damage. You just want some resource to try and make the comeback happen. Good trade. Gonna put. Barely missing each other.
Risky Ko.
Bad move block.
Going to block that. TK Bad Moon. IB on the Artemis to make it not safe.
Yeah, Hee Ho does not want anything to do with this, and just another scoop that's gonna prevent your jump. Tap does into a combo. It's not. Oh my God, Sister is deciding to keep the corner. Scary situation to do that though. Yeah, and see your whiff, Scissors.
What happened in that last set was, Scissors opens with the advantage, was able to, keep the pressure game up. The way Hee Ho finds the win is just by abusing the spacing game, especially spacing traps. He was keeping Scissors effectively at the range where if they wanted to get something started with like a spin, either the anti-air or just the grounded version, they were going to need to commit a bit harder to it. While Millia stayed safe. This is exactly what Hee Ho is going to be doing to OoeyGooey right now. Blocks the burst.
Reading it so well. They're gonna decide to get the knockdown here. Hee Ho famously kind of deciding not to do that during most sets. And the Capel, that's a double overhead setup. It's so tricky. And this is gonna be not the round, but the cross-up will confirm it. Another a reminder, this is the last player for Team Anji. Should OoeyGooey lose now, it's gonna be the entire of the crew battle as well, and it's not looking good. Double overhead into a low. That's another knockdown, and Hee Ho is just left, right, and everywhere now.
Right. That was good blocking from both of them. PRC being used very aggressively on both sides to just try to keep the momentum in their favor. Again, look at that. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the spacing game that Hee Ho is playing with Millia. Is okay, well, you're within my disc range, and if you try anything funny, I can either block it or I can just run up and far slash and check you.
Yeah, very tricky situation to be in. The overhead is gonna be good, and that's gonna be the round. You can never get too comfortable. Your character needs so many hits if you're Millia, and every combo does too little damage to be able to win the round with Capel. Gotta cross up, gotta do a lot there. OoeyGooey looking a little bit desperate in my opinion. Regardless, Hee Ho, not bad at all. Still, you have to concentrate every time. One combo from Anji might be like three mix-ups for you.
Oh, what a 6 speed. This is going to be big damage. Now, Hee Ho in the corner going to have to contend with all the pressure, but yeah, the jump on the throw with. And that's
whiffing. Close slash whiffed so many times that I think OoeyGooey was kind of looking to punish it, but you're just able to mash it right after. One of the fastest normals in the game, universally, for basically all characters. There might be some exceptions here and there that I'm not aware of. Regardless, very good from Hee Ho, and Team Anji, sadly, one bad game away from being fully eliminated.
Exactly. OoeyGooey needs to lock in harder than he has all night. If they want to clutch this out. It's gonna be a long road ahead if they want to make it out of this. But if anybody can do it, it's OoeyGooey.
Yeah, well, you know, we've seen Snake Guys win an exhibition crew battle all by himself, and OoeyGooey might be the Snake Guys of Anji players. That being said, though, getting mixed up, baiting the burst with that RC, I'm pretty sure, but they don't need to. Breaking wall, and Millia's gonna get another burst soon. Half a bar. Blue RC gets punished.
Okay, nice parry. Not a lot of life to gamble with though, which is risky because any of these overheads.
What?
That's
you can do
insane.
that? And what a shimmy!
Goodness,
It's gonna
you
hurt.
can do that and so much more. If your name is OoeyGooey.
Yes, and honestly, if you're OoeyGooey, you kind of just need to spin the bar. Guess for a game. I think we go for throw, perhaps not too represented. Empty jump gets teched, and sadly they weren't committing to the option.
Yeah. Well, Hee Ho was probably just teching, right? But that's the thing is like, I don't know what OoeyGooey was doing, but the frame data was just off. That OoeyGooey or Hee Ho's throw tech attempts was coming out as just a back throw.
Yeah, there's no way that that Hee Ho wasn't looking for a tech. I think something might happen. +5, remember, 2H super strong. Yeah, not using a follow up after Fujin. I think we need to see that a little bit more so you can stagger your pressure and threaten more options. The air to air is so much. It's so in favor of Millia. You can never air to air this character. Not the wall break, but still a lot of damage incoming. Super for the Oki. Might be looking to force the burst here. If you're Hee Ho, that is just the biggest win you could have.
Oh my goodness, all the left rights to Capel. Burst to toss Hee Ho into the corner. Deflect shield is going to be good. And now
so
what?
much. They whiffed so much. So many options, but the pushback on FD and deflect shield is so good. No throw. Looking for a shimmy. This kick follow-up guarantees something else. Overhead gets cancelled. Risk is cranking up. Chip is starting to become a factor. But Hee Ho, one mix-up away. TK Batman, what's the mix? And that is the crew battle. Hee Ho closing it out.
Yeah, shout outs to Hee Ho. Closing it out expeditiously. Shout outs to OoeyGooey for holding the line as hard as possible. And shout outs to everybody involved. Both teams, both groups played really well. Team Anji got hit with the worst curses known to man, but they still let it ride.